Okay, I'm back. So we're going to start with some sound meditation and then waking the chi. So we're going to do some movements on the ground as well. So you can do these in a chair, both the sound meditation and when we move into waking the chi, you can do this from a chair. If you haven't done that before, the one part that maybe you need to think about in terms of adapting is there's a part where we start to extend our legs. And for this, you just extend them as well as you can from the chair position, and you can do that quite well. Everything else is pretty easy to see how you adapt it for being in a chair. And then we'll be doing some practice standing up. So you can choose to use a chair or to sit on the floor as we do this first part of our practice. All right, I'm going to use the floor. It's nice to do it when you can. All right, so I'm not going to explain too much this time as we do the sound. Sometimes when we're doing this, I do a lot of explaining of what we're doing with the different sounds. I'll just give a brief description before we start the practice so that you can have some understanding of what you're doing if you haven't done this before, and then we'll just go and do the practice. Basically, different sounds, when we produce sound within our body, we think of the sound sometimes as just coming from the throat, but actually the whole body is involved in creating that vibration. You can think of that a little bit like a guitar. Yes, the strings are important for making the sound, but the body of the guitar is also really important for creating the sound and the resonance. Different kinds of sound create more vibration or different qualities of vibration in different parts of our body. And so we're going to be making a series of sounds that relate to the five elements and then relate to the organs associated with those elements and also the emotions and the things relating to them to help to process and release energy in those different organs and to harmonize those emotions and those elements. The order we're going to do them in is we're going to go water, so watering kidneys, wood and liver, fire and heart, earth and spleen, metal and lungs, and then finally harmonizing them all together. If you want to, it can be quite good to put your hands on the different organs as we make these sounds, and you can actually feel the organ vibrating with the sounds. Or if you want to, you can also simply sit and make those sounds. So today I'm just going to sit and make those sounds, but I will tell you what we're focusing on as we go, so you can follow those through. So to begin with, we'll just take a few moments to simply relax into our sitting position and take a moment to tune into our body, to tune into our breath. As you observe your breath, make it a little bit deeper, a little bit fuller. A bit more relaxed. And with your deep, full, relaxed breathing, feel the movement of the breath through your body. Allow your whole body to move with the breath. So as you breathe in, you feel a gentle expansion and rising through your whole body. And as you breathe out, you feel a gentle contraction and sinking through your whole body. Deep, relaxed breaths. Letting the movement of the breath move through your whole body. And as your breath starts to flow more freely, your energy, the other parts of your energy also start to flow more freely. And so you might also start to connect to the sensation of the energy in your body and its flow as well. Deep, relaxed breath. So we'll start into the sounds. The first sound we'll make is for the water element, the kidneys. The sound is E. So we'll take a deep breath in. E. Then again, deep breath in. E. One more time. Deep breath in. E. Next, the sound we'll make is for our wood element, for our liver. The sound is air. Deep breath in. Air. And again, deep breath in. Air. And again, deep breath in. Air. Next sound is for the fire element, for the heart. The sound is ah. Deep breath in. Ah. And again, deep breath in. Ah. One more time. Deep breath in. Next, for the earth element, the spleen, the sound will be O. Deep breath in. O. Again, deep breath in. O. One more deep breath in. O. Next, for the metal element, the lungs, the sound is oo. Deep breath in. Ooh. Deep breath in. One more. Deep breath in. Then harmonizing the 5. The sound is Deep breath in. And again, deep breath in. One more, deep breath in. And then just sitting in silence and observing. We'll begin to move with the movements for waking the chi. So we're going to be bending forwards and then sitting back up again to begin with. So take a deep breath in. And then we breathe out, reaching forwards. Breathe in, sitting back up. Breathe out, reaching forwards. Breathe in, sitting back up. Breathe out, reaching forwards. And breathe in, sitting back up. Opening your arms to the sides, breathe out. Turning your hands up, breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. Leaving your hands at shoulder height. Turn, look to one side, then turn, looking to the other, and turn, and turn, and turn, and turn. Bring your head back to the front, lowering your hands, bringing them behind your back, and massaging up, down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Bring your hands up high and knocking forwards and back. Your head forwards and back. forwards, back. Open your hands wide, bring them down behind your back again. This time, rub your hands up as you breathe in and down as you breathe out. Up as you breathe in, down as you breathe out. One more, up and down. Open your hands wide, coming up to your neck, squeezing the muscles on each side of your neck. And then rubbing forwards over your head, over your face, and back, and forwards, and back, and forwards, and back. Open wide, bring your hands back down, placing your palms into your lower back. And just breathe for a few moments, feeling the energy from your hands connect in, soak into your kidneys, and support your spine. Now raising your hands high again. And this time not touching the surface of your body, guiding the energy forwards and back and forwards and back and forwards and back. Opening wide, this time bringing your hands in front of your body, palms facing up. Turn your top hand down and then turn both hands and turn and turn and turn. One more turn and extending one leg behind, opening the arms and look at each hand. We fold our arms as we breathe in. We breathe out, extend to the opposite side and look at each hand. Fold the arms, breathe in, breathe out, arms go to the same side. Look at each hand. Fold our arms as we breathe in, breathe out, opposite side. Breathe in, breathe out, extending the energy, letting it flow out into the arms and the legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we change legs, so extending the other leg behind. Open the arms out. Look at each hand. Breathe in, we fold. Breathe out, extend. Look at each hand. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. This is the last one. And out. Breathe in. So putting your knee back down. This time we're going to extend to the front. So extend one leg out in front. And breathe out. Opposite hand coming forwards. Look at each hand. We breathe in, fold. Breathe out. Other side. Breathe in, fold. Breathe out. Other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. And last one, breathe out. Putting your foot flat on the ground. Breathe in, rise. And breathe out, lowering your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out, sink. Breathe in, raise the arms. Legs straighten a little. Breathe out, sink. Lowering the arms. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. This time as we breathe out, swinging all the way down, see if you can brush your fingers on the floor. And then breathe in as we come up. Breathe out, swing down. Breathe in, coming up. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more, breathe out. Now coming forwards, breathe in, deep breath in, bringing your arms forwards. Hold your breath. And breathe out. Pressing forwards. Breathe in, deep breath in. Hold your breath. And breathe out. One more, deep breath in. Hold your breath. And breathe out. Breathe in, crossing your arms in front of your body. Breathe out, opening to the side. Breathe in, crossing your arms in front of your body. Breathe out. And again, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in, bring your arms all the way up. And now just breathe naturally, swaying side to side. So the movement is stirring the clouds, so you can imagine your hands are reaching up to the clouds, stirring them with your hands. You might feel some sensations and energy in your hands as you do this. Keep breathing deep, relaxed breaths. Next, thunder. So we lift one foot up, breathing in, breathe out, step down, feel the vibration come up through our body. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One more, breathe in and breathe out. Lifting your hands up, breathe in. Lightning, breathe out. Dropping down. Breathe in, lift your hands up. Breathe out. Dropping down. One more, breathe in. Lift your hands up and breathe out. Dropping down. And then we'll stand. And in our mind, it's as if we're standing in the rain. And we feel a gentle downwards wash of energy, washing down over our whole body, from our head over our shoulders, our neck, our chest, our back, our arms, our hands, our pelvis, our legs, all the way down to our feet and down into the earth. A gentle wash of energy downwards. And ideally at this point, we feel both relaxed, but also as if our energy has been activated. It's been woken up. There's a little bit of zing inside to it, having been activated. So we're going to do some very simple standing practice today. And we're going to just work with playing with the ball. I'm going to spend a bit of time playing with a ball today. So there's a few things we can do. Essentially, we're going to be feeling the energy coming from our hands, and we're going to form a ball with that energy. So after activating your energy with what we've done so far, you might find that straight away you can feel this, maybe. Or for some people, it might take a little bit more stimulation to get that energy flowing to your hands more strongly, so that you can then start to work with this. So a couple of things we can do. One of the movements that we just did, simply rise and fall, playing with the waves, can be pretty good for this. Because naturally, as we flow our arms with this movement, and we relax all the joints of our body, we relax our legs, we relax our spine, we relax our shoulders, and right through our arms, this allows the energy to start to flow. And so as you do this, you might naturally start to feel the energy flowing to your hands. You might start to feel some sensations of energy in your hands. So we'll do a little bit of this. Breathing in as we rise, the breath helps to fill from the inside, pushing us up. Breathe out as we sink, washing back away. Breathing in, and see if you can feel the energy flowing to your hands. So breathe in, rise, and breathe out, sink, washing away. Breathe in, and breathe out. So if we pause now, and if you bring your hands together, you might start to be feeling some energy between your hands, some sensations maybe of warmth, of magnetism. Maybe you can feel some of those sensations, and maybe not. As I said, maybe for some people they might need a bit more stimulation, so we'll do some of that now as well. So we're going to rub our hands together. We rub them together briskly until they become warm. Of course, that's sending energy to your hands, and then we're also going to clap. So clapping at random intervals, make our hands tingle. All right. And of course, all that stimulation stimulates the nerves and it sends energy to our hands. So now if we bring those hands together, hopefully you might be starting to feel some sense of energy between them. And maybe your hands need to be quite close together to begin with, but maybe you can feel some warmth, maybe some magnetism, maybe some other sorts of sensations between your hands. And we can squeeze together against that sensation of energy and then let our hands come a little further apart. And then squeeze in some more and let our hands drift apart. Just working with whatever you can feel between your hands and exploring the edges of it, seeing as you squeeze, feel that gentle resistance energy between your hands, and then as they drift apart, next time as you squeeze, you might feel that resistance comes a bit further out, and you can gradually get your hands a little further apart while still tuning in to that energy between them. Just work with what you can feel. If your hands don't come too far, that's okay. Just work with what you can feel. Alternatively, if you feel that you can bring your hands right out, by all means do, and feel the energy between them. So now, with that sensation of energy between our hands, we'll pause, stop squeezing them in and out for now, and instead rotate your hands around as if there was a ball between your hands, and you're rubbing around the surface, the edges of the ball. And so you can feel the edges of this ball of energy between your hands. Very important as you do this to keep breathing deep, slow, relaxed breaths. Sometimes when we concentrate really hard on something, there's a tendency to stop and hold our breath. There's physiological reasons why sometimes that can be useful for short periods of time. But if we continue that of course that blocks off our energy flow, and it's going to stop those sensations of energy that you're trying to focus on. So we need to find a balance between being focused but also relaxed and continuing to breathe to let the energy flow. So just continuing to rub your hands around the edges of this ball of energy. And at any point, because we're going to spend a bit of time working, playing with the ball, if at any point you feel like you lose the sensation of the ball, you can always let go and you can do some more of what we did to begin with, some more rise and fall. You can do some more rubbing and clapping if you need to bring that awareness back, to bring that flow back, just whenever you need to. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, bringing the hands back level with each other again. See if you can really get a sense of that ball between your hands. And we'll lift the ball. So just going slowly and maintaining the sense of the energy between your hands, and lift it all the way up. And then lowering the ball all the way back down. We'll repeat, lifting the ball up. Just go at whatever speed you can that allows you to maintain the awareness of the energy there. And again, if you lose that awareness at any point, you can stop. You can essentially relax, lowering down, loosen your arms, your shoulders, your whole body. Stimulate the hands again if you need to reform that ball. And again, one more time, lifting up slowly, maintaining the awareness of the ball. And lowering down. Now we're going to turn to one side and lift the ball up to the side. So part of the benefit that comes from working with a ball like this, a lot of it is to do with simply maintaining our focus and awareness of our energy and lowering it down and consciously directing it to a small degree to form this ball. Another part of the benefit, we're going to change across to the other side, is that in order to form this ball, lifting up, we have to let the energy flow freely through our body. So working with the ball in different directions, different movements, we have to open up different parts of the energy flow in other parts of our body so that that flow can support the flow out to our hands, which then forms the ball. So while our focus is on the ball between our hands, as we move in different ways, bringing the ball back to the front, we're opening up the flow in different parts of our body. So again, lifting the ball just up, just a little, so it's about in the middle height of your body. And we're going to go back to rolling our hands around the ball, feeling the edges of that ball. And again, if you need to stop, relax, loosen your arms, loosen your body, get the energy flowing again, it's fine. We can continue to just work with the ball. So now with one hand on top, one hand underneath, we're going to try moving the ball in a different way. We're going to bring the ball over to one side of our body, and then we're going to bring it across, turning our hands so we can carry it on the other side of our body. So we bring it around, changing hands, holding it beside our body. Bring it back in front, changing hands, and around beside our body. Bring it back around in front. And we can start to do this a little bit faster, a little bit more smoothly, to one side, to the other side, changing sides, moving the ball from one side to the other side. If you've ever played basketball or a sport like that, this kind of movement, holding the ball in beside you, might be somewhat reminiscent to you, one of the postures you may hold the ball in for moments. But we're focusing on this ball of energy and moving it from side to side. And bringing our hands back in front. We're going to pause for a moment. So make the ball a little bit smaller between your hands, and then bring your hands back onto your center to let that energy that you were sending out between your hands sink back into the rest of your body. So far we've just been standing still, moving the ball. It's really nice if we can also move around with the ball as well. So to get us ready for that, we're going to loosen up our legs, get the movement through our legs smooth as well. So if you sink down into your posture a little bit, make sure your feet are at least shoulder width apart or a bit wider. Sink down into your posture. You might want to put your hands on your hip. Just going to get the movement through our legs smooth as well. So if we shift our weight and the energy across to one leg, and then shift across to the other. So we're emptying this leg out, filling this one up with weight and with energy. We shift across this one, pause across, filling up the other one. Ideally, as we do this, we keep our body at about the same height. This makes the movement much smoother, filling one leg, emptying the other, going from one side and to the other. Smooth movement of energy, of weight through our legs. And now the leg that's empty, if we turn that foot inwards, we can shift back, pivot, and turn onto the heel of the other foot. And turn that foot in, we can shift across to turn the other way. So we get a very smooth turning of our feet, shifting of our weight, and then turning of our body. Nice smooth movement of the weight, of the tension, and also of the energy shifting across, turning and shift and turn. Now we'll try transitioning forwards so that our weight comes forwards nice and smooth onto the front leg. The back leg is emptying, and shift back. Back leg fills up, front leg empties. We shift forwards onto the front leg and back onto the back leg. If we shift all the way back onto our back leg, we find that we can lift this one without tensing our body and rocking too much because we've emptied it out. We can shift, filling the front leg up. If the back leg is empty, we can now lift it. So emptying the front leg out. Once it's completely empty, we can lift it. Shifting, emptying the back leg, filling the front, and we can lift that leg. We'll try changing across to the other side, turning. So emptying the back leg, we can now lift it without tensing our body. Shifting onto the back leg, emptying the front, we can lift the leg. Shifting again. And one more time. And turning back to the center. So we've got our legs starting to move freely. If we want to step and move, we're just going to use the same principles of shifting our weight, emptying the tension, the weight out of the leg, and then we can lift. We just put it down wherever we want to be able to step and move. So coming back to that ball, release your arms, let them be nice and loose. Again, we'll breathe in, rise, breathe out, sink, breathe in, rise, breathe out, sink, breathe in, rise, bring them partway up. We're going to drift our hands a little side to side, feeling the energy swirling all around us. We're going to gather some of that energy. So this is another way we can form a ball, is to gather the energy from around us and form a ball of energy between our hands. Of course, if you need to, you can also do some rubbing, some clapping to get the energy flow going to your hands. Keep breathing deep, relaxed breaths. And then once you've got a sense of that ball, we're going to try walking while carrying a ball. So you can choose, you can carry it like this, or you can carry it like this, and you probably want to move it as you do this. But we'll try maintaining that sense of the ball while also shifting and stepping. Carrying the ball. Again, you may want to hold it just in front of your body, or you may want to shift it from side to side as you step. Walking while carrying a ball. Then come back to pause for a moment and roll your hands around that ball again. We're going to try a few more things. There's so many things you can do, working with a ball, playing with a ball. Let's try just a few more before we finish. So for this next one, we're going to pause holding the ball with one hand on top, one hand underneath. See if you can really get a sense of the energy of that ball, really feel a tactile sense of its outline. And now take the top hand away. See if you can still feel the weight, the presence of that ball in your hand. And then we can lift and extend the ball, holding it, supporting it on one hand. Lower it back down, bringing it in. Place your other hand back on top. Turn your hands over, turning the ball over. Feel the weight of the ball in your lower hand. Take the top hand away. See if you can maintain this sense, this awareness of the ball of energy. And lower it back down. Placing your other hand back on top. Turning the ball over. We'll do this once more to each side. Take the top hand away. Lift. Extend. And bring it back in. Turn the ball over. Take the top hand away. Feel the weight of the ball. And bring it back in. Okay, hand back on top. Rolling around the ball. We're now going to see if we can make the ball quite a bit larger. So you might want to give it a little bit of a squeeze and release as you work rolling your hands around the ball, and see if you're able to maintain that sense of the ball as you bring your hands further apart. And we want to get them out sort of at least as wide as our shoulders, maybe a little bit wider than our shoulders. And once we've got that nice large ball, we'll take just another moment working with this. Once we have this nice large ball, we're going to bring it up so our hands are level again, and then see if we can wrap our hands around the edges of the ball so it comes in between our arms and sits against our chest, against our body, and sink down, sit down into our posture. And ideally, we now have a sense of the surface of that ball, not just on our hands, but right along the inside of our arms and across our chest, and maybe down onto our abdomen and our face as well, depending just how big that ball is. But we feel the edges of that ball, the surface of the ball. We feel, to some extent, the weight of the ball. We just sit into our posture and hold the ball. Breathe. Deep, relaxed breaths. Simply holding the ball, allowing the energy to circulate within your body to support maintaining this ball of energy between your arms. If you want, you can just continue to stand with this ball. If you want to get a little bit adventurous, you can try walking nice and smooth like we did before while holding the ball. Just taking a few steps, just exploring, playing with holding the ball. So coming back just to a still standing position. And bring the ball out, away from your body, back between your hands. Again, rolling your hands around the surface of the ball. Now we're going to see if we can reduce the size of this ball. So gradually squeeze it in, squeeze it in, squeeze it in, and then bring your hands back onto your body, your lower abdomen. Let that energy sink into your lower abdomen. Okay, we're not quite done with the ball yet. We're going to do one more thing. But as part of this now, what we're going to do is we're going to massage the circular motion around on our lower abdomen, so activating the energy in the center of our body. Our attention's now in deep into the center of our body, on the energy there in the center of our body, activating that energy by massaging. And we'll change directions, massaging the other way. Activating the energy. Now bring your hands around to the back of your body. We're going to pat quite vigorously down our body, down our legs, up inside of our legs, out the arm, particularly bringing our awareness to the surface of our body. So we're activating the energy right over our whole body, up over our face and head, down our back. We'll go around again. Getting that energy spread through our whole body, and particularly to the surface of our body. We'll go around one more time. Arms, arm, face, the head, neck, coming down to the waist. And bring your hands back in front. This time not touching the surface of your body. So just as you felt the energy between your hands, now see if you can feel the connection between your hands and the energy in the center of your body. Again, we can let our hands drift out a little and press in against that energy a little bit. See if you feel a little bit of gentle resistance, a little bit of activity there. You can let the hands drift out and again, press in, feeling that connection between your hands and the energy in your center and feeling that energy expand. One more time, drifting out, pressing in against the energy in the center, drifting out, pressing in, feeling this energy from your center expand out. Again, pressing in, feel the energy expanding. Again, pressing in. At this point, the energy will be starting to expand so it's around your whole body. Again, feel that energy surround your whole body. At this point, see if you can maintain that awareness of this ball of energy or this field of energy around you. And you might want to lower your arms, but still have a sense of this field all around you. From here, you can continue just with your mind, breathing, deep, relaxed breaths to extend this out. Don't force it too far, but just extend it out. Let this ball of energy extend around you until you find a point where that feels about right. And then we'll simply stand aware of this ball, aware of this energy field, aware of the edges of that energy field around us. Now standing inside the ball of energy. Deep, relaxed breaths. We'll just spend a few moments tuning into this field of energy around us. Now breathe in, raising your arms up to the sides. Breathe out, lowering them down in front. Just balancing the circulation of our energy between yin and yang. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Placing your hands on your lower dantian. And let your energy settle there. You can maintain this field of energy, this ball of energy around you, but let the energy settle so that you're not straining too hard in doing this. Just let it relax and find a nice, healthy balance. Okay, all right. Ooh, we have a little bit of time. Well, actually, we're right at the end of our time, but if those who don't need to go anywhere, we can have some discussion. See if anyone has any questions or anything like that. So I will allow people to unmute themselves if they wish. Cool. All right. So any questions, comments, observations at the end of our session? Nope. Well, that's okay. I hope everyone enjoyed the session. Quite a gentle, a very simple session, but sometimes it's nice to spend some time. Often when we work with a ball, we'll make a ball and we do something and we move straight on to something else. Sometimes it's really nice to spend some time just really focusing on a simple thing. And of course, we went through quite a few different things with the ball. You can also spend quite a bit of time just focusing on one aspect, working with the ball, and maybe just lifting it, or maybe just walking with it, or, and that can be quite an enjoyable and fulfilling practice, just focusing on some of those simple things. Okay, thanks everyone. I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.